Dave listening in Michigan. Hi, Dave.
Motorist.
You're on Free Talk Live.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, you're on the air. What's on your mind tonight?
Okay. The deal is the taxi cab driver that was quoted or whatever having to do with the Uber car thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with this story. Could you just give us a quick recap?
Well, the Uber car business where people, that don't have taxi cab licenses go pick people up or take them where they want to go. Their car insurance, I'm sure, is not required to be commercial.
Well, I think it probably is required to be commercial. They probably just don't do that.
As I understand it, it is required to be. You are required to have your own little company, like your own little business as an independent contractor with Uber, and then the business.
But
has
Uber does
car
a check,
insurance.
and I'll bet you that a large percentage. I'm willing to go in the 8 or 9, double digits here. So 80 or 90% of people who do this do not have the proper insurance. Would be my guess. In the same way, I would say that
I think you're right.
that pizza delivery drivers who have done this for decades don't have the right insurance, and probably radio ad salespeople like I did for years, who are out on the road selling ads for companies, don't have the right insurance either.
Yeah, and I'm a small business man myself, and I make sure I carry proper insurance. And I don't agree with all the government stuff's down my throat, but I got to comply with it. But my point is, my uninsured motorist fund in my state of Michigan just keeps going up and up and up, and it's for people that are basically not following the rules, and then I have to pay for it. So that's extreme socialism. So
what is
that's what I had to
an
say.
insurance fund in? I don't know what you're talking
me too.
about. My
I'm
insurance
curious.
fund in Michigan. I don't know what you mean.
I bet you most states have it, but in Michigan, there's an uninsured motorist fund, which all people that buy insurance, which it is a state law in our state to have to drive a car, and it is in every state, I'm sure. There is an extra, every 6 months. $120 or whatever. I'm paying for people who are not complying with the law like I am by buying insurance. That's part of my bill. And that's the whole point. When these Uber car drivers get in a wreck and those insurance companies aren't stupid and they're going to find out they were driving commercially.
I'll bet they don't.
Raises...
I bet they don't find that out. I was in an automobile wreck.
I bet the hell they do. They're not stupid.
Well, okay, I bet they don't. And I was in an automobile accident while working for a radio station. I was on the job, and they never asked me any question that was even similar to that. Hey, where were you going and why were you going there? What's that? Yes, I was injured.
Did you get injured and go to the hospital?
I did not go to the hospital, but I did go directly to the chiropractor after that.
My whole point is people that get in the hospital, and as soon as you get in the hospital, it costs tens of thousands of dollars sometimes just to be there for one day and have a surgery.
Sure, that's absolutely true.
Hurts worse.
So, by the way, New Hampshire doesn't have insurance.
I was going to bring that
mandates.
up. In New Hampshire, it's not mandatory to buy insurance for your car. So I wonder what they do.
It drives down prices because you don't have the monopoly, essentially, as a government cartelized situation.
Yeah, it seems like this whole thing, Dave, is maybe an argument against these uninsured motorist funds, not necessarily against Uber or against people having insurance, but against the idea of socializing the risks to everybody, right?
I'm all for free enterprise, and I'm all for people starting businesses because I started one my own and taking a risk and all that. But I also, I just wanted to point out, it depends on which state they're doing it, and they're doing it in all sorts of states. So if there's an Uber driver doing it in Michigan, they're going to eventually would raise up that whole catastrophic fund for the uninsured motorists.
It's not just that fund, by the way. If you're on the road, even if they do get the insurance, right? Even if they do pay for insurance, if you're on the road, you're going to cause accidents. And even if you are insured, it drives everybody's costs up because the amount that I pay in an insurance.
No. It only drives the people's costs up that are paying for insurance. I'm talking about the people that aren't covered.
Yeah, but
and
Mark,
they're not covered on Uber. So I'm going to leave you with that. I don't think you're getting my point through. Most of those people are not going to get extra commercial insurance.
I agree, they're not.
Anyways,
Yeah, I hear you, Dave.
I do enjoy your show.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in, Dave. Appreciate your thoughts. I think I heard what he was saying. I mean, that, he's frustrated because he has to pay for other people's lack of participating in the insurance system, when really who's to blame for that is the government for creating these uninsured motorist funds and failing to, their system doesn't
Forcing
work.
people to pay.
Yeah.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.